Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 4 here in our season 4 of Reformation here. We have Bleedout versus Aterfall for our game today with our Bleedout's pick of Artist in Cold Tower 2. We have our wonderful JD here, the killer goat of OCE on Bleedout. On the Artist here for Bleedout, and we have a very fast first injury as we catch finger guns on the Nia here, vaulting the window with a very good hit with our crows, followed by a very fast second. We do get this nasty 15% hinder from our Untitled Agony when we get that crow swarm. Very good stuff, and another JD hitting 2 back-to-back crow hits, getting our down here, getting our value. We have Agitation, and that gives us our whatever hook we want, pretty much. Oh my gosh. What a fast first down and explosive start here to our match as we hook Nia bottom mid. And it looks like we hit a pain res as well, hitting our gen regression here for 20% of that gen progress. We get a swarm here onto Ace, Courtney on the Ace, and we opt to not full commit this chase. Instead, we're gonna go kind of hover near the hook here, shooting birds, hitting Nepe on the gen at 10 here. Will we get a follow-up hit? Single bird, a shot? Does not connect, unfortunately. If we manage to get an injury here on one of the survivors, or even multiple of the survivors, it could definitely spell that finger guns will be going second on hook. It'll be very hard to save here with multiple injured survivors, so it's very imperative here for Aterfall not to take any unnecessary tags. JD's pressuring these gens with the birds, making it so that they can't get continuously progressed while we're camping out our second stage here. Very good macro from our Artist player. But this is looking fairly solid. Nepe here on the most progressed gen we can see. Their gen is about 75%, but it looks like they will be leaving to maybe go play for this unhook here. Fingerguns probably has about 10 seconds left. Oh, it looks like the call will be made and they will be going second as our survivors here in return for this second stage will be smashing out our gens here, probably seeing 2 gens pop momentarily. We'll see Nepe's gen pop, and I'm pretty sure we'll see Soam pop their gen very soon, and this puts our survivors in a position of a death hook at 3 gens remaining. And this it's very likely that Neo will be our tunnel out here. Looks like as well Courtney is going to be finishing this gen all the way at 1, putting us at 2 generators remaining with a potential tunnel out happening here. There will be taking the unhook, getting our 5% haste here from the M1 from Rapid Brutality, and we will be taking that down here. We're going to go and get a pain rest instead. Will we make it before Courtney's gens finish? Yes! Oppa! Courtney's gen getting hit here, getting sent back to 75%-ish from that pain resonance. You love to see it. And we are in chase here with finger guns. They are in a locker. Up. Nepe will be going down here. Finger guns is going to be in chase momentarily. This is not looking good for our survivors. We got that 15% hinder. We will be getting the down, and we know where Courtney is. We spot them, and we might be entering our chase here. Final chase of the trial here for our 4K2. Courtney has to recover this somehow for our survivor team. We get hit by birds here at the 2 o'clock side, getting our 15% hinder from Untitled Agony. Will Courtney be able to recover this for their team? I am not so sure. It's looking very dicey here for our survivor lineup. Courtney has to make something happen. Maybe something with their chem trap. I'm not really sure. We need to get maybe a pallet stun, but if they take an injury here, it's going to be exceptionally harder. We do get the injury, and we do get the down, and that secures the 4K2 as Unbreakable and other anti-slug perks are not legal in our Artist set here with this balancing. Oh my god, that game just ended just like that. JD, the J Danger, getting us our 4K2. Oh my god. Holy shit. What a crazy result here. Oh, we have JD aura walking. Did they DC? No, they're moving. They're signs of life. We are slowly turning around, going to take a look at our lovely Ace here on the hook. Oh no, is this Jake? It's Nepe on, I believe, Jake. Holy shit. JD! Absolute menace on the killer. Once again, we have to go ideally find finger guns here to just secure and close out this game. 4K2 result for the artist here on Cold Tower 1. A very strong result. We've seen some 4Ks on artists, usually 4K1s, 4K2s, 4K0s, but we've also seen plenty of stages games. So this puts a win condition for our Aterfall killer with a 4K3 and a tie condition of a 4K2. Like, I'll be honest, guys. This will be terrifying. If I was Aterfall's killer going into this, I would be shook. I would be sweating. I'd be, guys, I don't know about this set. You can see here JD Aura walking around the corner, very slowly moving, getting us that 4K2. The game, honestly, the game just ended so fast. Oh my. The hook trade and then the attempted, I believe, head-on from was it head-on by Dwight? I'm not sure. The head-on assist for Nia, I think it's either Dwight or Jake. It's likely Dwight. The game just spiraled out of control, and that last gen popping, securing us that result is absolutely nuts. Holy shit. I am honestly at a loss for words here, guys. Like, a 4K3 win condition for artists is going to be tough. A 4K2 tie condition, a bit doable, still difficult. But, oh man. I mean, what we need to see probably here from our killer on Aterfall. I think we're gonna need to either see some hex perks going, some very high risk perks happening. We're going to need some slugging possibly. If we could get multiple survivors injured really quickly, get some very fast downs, we could possibly see a 4K3 result, maybe a 4K2. But like, it's going to be an uphill battle, I feel, for Aterfall's killer. Both teams are exceptionally skilled and really amazing. So honestly, it could go either way, but good grief, that was something. So we're gonna get that next lobby set up for you guys with that 4K3 win condition. And honestly, that game ended so fast, I was not expecting it. I'll be so for real here, guys. Holy shit. But we will be back as we get that next lobby, as I said, started. I will see you guys in a bit. Stick around, and we will be moving to our next game of our first set. Hello, and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4, main bracket round 4 here with Bleedout versus Aterfall, with Aterfall's killer here, Ally, playing the hardest for them with a win condition of 4K3 and a tie condition of 4K2. It's gonna be pretty scary here with a very tough win condition. But hey, if there is a team that can do it, it's one of these teams. These teams are incredibly talented, and it looks like what I thought, like what we need here to possibly get this win condition is what we have. I was saying we're gonna need some very high risk perks, something like maybe some hex perks to get some insane value here. And it looks like we have Ruin Wretched Thrill here, getting us big hex value, possibly throughout this match if they don't get cleansed. We have Isaac here on tap in our first chase, getting fairly early tag, but able to make it here to our shack area. But they are a bit zoned here, and they'll be taking it down very momentarily as they don't make the pallet. A thing to note is that this is a cross-ping match between EU and OCE, so we are expecting our survivors here to be at about 200 to 300 ping. It can be a bit rough, but hey, it's kind of what we have to deal with when we're trying to play cross-ping. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. In a perfect world, there's no such thing as ping, and everyone said zero latency, but sometimes it's, you gotta do what you gotta play with what you have. And we have a fairly solid hook here, very good early pain res. We do get a tag onto JD with these birds. We did send 2 birds here, so there's no way I think JD's gonna get injured, especially at this distance, and JD's not being pressured to stop interrupting that clear. So they'll get the clear before another wave of birds can come out. Isaac here getting kind of proxy camped here within this gen cluster at our 8 tile, as there is a gen 7, a gen 9, and a gen bottom mid. It's very strong here for our killer. We are throwing some birds towards these totems, trying to get our survivors off of these totems, pressuring to defend it with our Thrill of the Hunt. Thrill of the Hunt reducing our totem speed by 12% for each active totem, up to 5 totems. And Emmy comes here for a very good hook trade before Isaac can go second, and we'll be getting Emmy here on the Rebecca on our Pain Rest hook. As JD's generator does take a hit here, putting us at 4 generators remaining. Hearts, I knocked here, sitting on that generator, getting it out before that Pain Rest connects. Very good call from them. And we are once again in a chase here with Isaac in our shack. Ooh, very good dodge by them. They make the shack ballot, getting the stun. Up fast. That's the kind of place we love to see. Good stuff here by Isaac. And they make it all the way to 3 with that. Emmy gets pulled off the hook. We hit JD with a bird. Will we see a follow-up shot? Will they? Ooh. Not quite as JD manages to avoid the bird. We're in chase now with Emmy here on Rebecca here at bottom mid. And it's looking like... Unfortunately, they will dodge the bird but get grabbed off the pallet. We do have, I think I knocked here lurking that bottom mid. But, oh my. Unfortunately, Emmy does get put in basement here. And this might be curtains for our lovely Rebecca, as getting a save from basement against an artist that's actively defending it is really rough. However, we are at 3 gens remaining. This is a very achievable win condition here for our survivors. All they have to, tie condition. All they have to do is maybe double a generator across the map. It takes 70 seconds for a survivor to die on the hook, assuming they hit all their skill checks from second stage till death. And it takes 52 seconds to double a gen without any gen speed up bricks. Ooh, we do hit knocked on, we hit Isaac on the gen at 3. We did hear some noise notifications, and Ally here is just going to try to keep pressuring our generators while defending the basement. I think Ally here is in a fairly decent position as well to possibly go for this Tycon. I don't think it is likely to hit the win condition in this current state of the game. It's going to be very tough. But with a very, very tight gen spread here at the bottom of the map, it's very possible. We have a gen 6, a gen bottom mid, a gen 3, and I believe a gen mid. Yeah, mid, bottom, mid, 6, and 3. Very defendable here for our artist. We are constantly pressuring Isaac off of the gen. JD is going to be working the gen here, as unfortunately Emmy will be our first sacrifice with 3 generators remaining. This frees up our artists to now go back out onto the map here, trying to pressure our survivors off of the gen. Wretched Fate is in play, right? So I knocked here is going to be doing gens at a glacial space with a 33% gen speed malice here, which is rough. You're not expecting to get any gens done in a meaningful fashion with that while being affected by Wretched Fate. But we have Isaac in chase here. They are currently one of our hooked survivors, so we won't be seeing a pain rest if they do go down. But this does put us closer to our a 1v2 situation with another possible tunnel out here as the survivor is put on death hook. The problem is, right, is we have JD working away the gen here at mid. We have Inoct working the gen. I believe might be the gen at 9. So it is tough. The gen does finish, and we will be seeing our Tycon achieved here as we have 2 generators remaining. We do hit knocked here, and it is up to our survivors to somehow get this last gen finished. If Wretched Fate wasn't in play, I'm almost 100% sure Knocked would have finished that gen here. Knocked goes edge map to dodge the bird, but they'll be taking a tag here as they are playing on ping, and we are not able to vault that. You can see the slight delay as they approach that pallet before they actually get the vault over. You hate to see it, but ping is ping. Knocked going to our 7th tile here. Ruin is going to be eating away at their generator at the up there. They do get the pull in the background by JD and Isaac. The question is, where are they going? It looks like they are just going to opt to try and double this gen, as Knocked will die at the bottom of the map, and we will be getting our pain res. Will we get the pain res before the generator pops? The pain res is here. It's going to be close. They have to go now. The survivors are sticking it. Will we see the pain res? The gen pops. Pain res. It's a bit too late, and that does get our first set win for Bleedout. Oh my god. A real nail biter there. But it's not over yet. We could still play for a best result here. Ally is in a fairly strong position, right? If we find Isaac and down Isaac, it is going to almost certainly be a 4k1 as we enter our 1v2 with 1 generator remaining and no prog on the map, with Wretched Fate in play and Ruin, and two pain rest charges available. That hook on I knocked shows Ally that there is no other gen on the map with progress. And yeah, we will be downing Isaac here. We were going to be hooking, and that will be 1v2 here for our killer. Ally here probably securing a 4k1. It's almost certainly a 4k1. I don't see a world where Bleedout can finish a gen unless Ally doesn't overcommit. So yeah, no, it's crazy. Not with guys going into a 1v2 with one of the two survivors affected by Wretched, the other survivor affected, with the Ruin in play and one survivor affected by Wretched is kind of tough, especially with Thrill in play. We do get knocked cleansing that totem, but that means that there's no gen progress whatsoever, and it is so rough here as we do get a chase here onto JD's. Probably going to be JD's final chase of the trial. Thing to note is we do have Untitled Agony once again for that 15% hinder when we hit the swarm. JD managing to vault that, absolutely nuts! But vaulting it does reset the crow clearing. We do send 2 crows there to zone our survivor edge map, and this will be curtains, I think, for JD unless they somehow win this Z-wall, which is, I find, extremely unlikely. Not against killers at this caliber and at this level of play. It's very, very, very reactable and very unsafe tile. But we're gonna go pick JD here. We're gonna hook JD as Inoct is working away at the gen at 6. It's about 50%. It's no way this finishes, and this will pretty much secure a 4k1 here for our killer on Aterfall. Very good stuff. We could see the birds coming to Shack. Inoct kind of crouching, maybe trying to avoid getting spotted. We do have our Resi and our Iron Will. Maybe we could stealth this out and get the pull. If we do manage to get the pull here by Inoct, this will be absolutely wild, by the way. Like, crazy, crazy, crazy stuff if we get the pull. Yep, we're throwing some birds, just making sure we're not getting back on that generator. The moment Inoct gets tagged by a bird, the game ends, because then the artist will just make a beeline straight there, go for the pull, and with the birds constantly being thrown at the gens, it's very unlikely that the gens will get done through Ruin, even if Inoct is perfectly dodging the birds, getting on and off. I don't think the gen will finish before JD dies on hook here, and once JD dies on hook, we literally can just walk onto the hatch and close it to stop the last gen from popping. Crazy stuff here. Inoct here, kind of stealthing behind the rock at 5. Maybe trying to go for a pull in case ally overcommits away from the hook, but it looks unlikely here. It's throwing some birds out. Throwing 3 sets of birds this time, trying to get some info, trying to maybe find our last survivor. Inoct on the Quinton. Ooh, we are walking towards Shack. Oh my god, we are looking around Shack. We are going into the basement. This could be Inoct's time to pull JD. He has to full send it. We see that he threw artist throw birds in basement. Oh my, this is what they were waiting for. An overcommit from artist away from the hook. Worried that they might not catch Noct before the hatch spawns. And we do get the pull. Getting our survivors back into this game, but with Ruin in play, their gen progress is down to 0, and this requires another stellar chase from our survivor team in order for them to be able to get a generator done. Oh my. Amazing recovery here by Noct, but a bit too little too late here, as realistically there's no way a gen gets finished. Like, not through Ruin, not through Ruin. We do enter a chase here with JD, putting 2 birds down. JD managing to jiggy away from the tile before artist can get line of sight to shoot that bird. And we will be seeing, oh, a window vault come through. Ooh, crows do come out. It does connect, putting our hinder with Untitled Agony. But our survivor here not vaulting, instead opting to run and clear birds. Noct is crouching at the edge map. Yeah, there's no way they finish a gen, I guess. They will be playing possibly for an attempted hatch here for best possible result for our survivors, or an attempted gate, actually. Yeah, and JD here going to be our 3rd sacrifice with 1 generator remaining. Our artist looking to make sure that that last generator does not finish, does not connect the bird there, and sees that all of the generators have fully regressed. That generator with 60% prog at the bottom side of the map is now at 0%. We're gonna slam the hatch. Noct is gonna attempt to go into the gate. Maybe a bit of a bubble tech. The problem is, you're playing against artist. She doesn't really care about seeing you. Oh, with the birds. Oh, wait, no, wait, hold. Hold. Is that a... Hold. No way! Without hinder, does Noct make it out? Oh my bubble tech! I'm not gonna lie, I was just expecting the artist to shoot two birds at both gates. Oh, they get an out! And that gets us a 4K1 with 10 stages on the board. Holy hell. Man, I swear, players at this level of play are absolutely insane. I love the fact that the artist was staring right at the exit gate through the fucking sound notification bubble, and we don't fucking see the survivor. Amazing game design behavior. Thank you, by the way. I absolutely crazy. Fucking crazy bubble tech. Holy crap. Holy crap. But yeah, no, that concludes our artist set with Bleedout taking it here. We are going to go move on to our next match with Aterfall's Killer on, I believe it is Wraith on Dead Dog Saloon. So stick around as we set up for that. Very excited to see more Wraith here on the DDS. We've seen some explosive Wraith matches this season. I believe we've had a 4K4 on Wraith. Absolutely bonkers. Maybe we'll see another one. Though, against teams of this caliber, it's going to be tough to get that result. It's gonna require both exceptional play from the killer and perhaps a bit of blunders from our survivors, which is extremely unlikely for survivors to make significant mistakes to result in that win condition between these two teams. And so we'll be right back as we set that up and see how Aterfall's Killer does on our Wraith. See you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League, main bracket round 4 here in Season 4 with Bleedout versus Aterfall. We have Aterfall here on the Wraith in Dead Dog Saloon as their killer pick, and we have Courtney on the Wraith with a very, very totem-heavy build here with Undying, Thrill, Blood Favor, Ruin, alongside Swift Hunt and Shadow Dance. Ooh, we have JD baiting out Courtney, making them think it's a head-on here, forcing them to check that locker, and we do enter our first chase here, and we will be taking our first tag likely. No, we won't. Oh my. Does Jade... Oppa! As the first totem is cleansed, Undying taken out of play here at 5 generators remaining. Holy JD. That was tough. JD hits the fastball there, does not connect, a bit of auto aim. Guys, JD can't keep getting away with it. JD can't keep getting away with it as our Thrill of the Hunt is taken out here. Honestly, this is if you're gonna lose 2 hexes, these two are the ideal 2 hexes you want to lose. Thrill of the Hunt, Undying, and then Thrill of the Hunt. Now we still have both Ruin and Blood Favor in play. Maximum hex value is still around here unless another hex gets cleansed by our survivors. I knocked here, taking our first tag, and we will be seeing, from the looks of things, ooh, Emmy is here to potentially take a hit for them, allowing them to perhaps get to a better spot. However, taking that hit will enable Blood Favor once again. A bit of a fake cloak here by our killer. Noct throwing Shack Pallet, getting a quick break there thanks to our add-on here with 60% break speed while cloaked. This is not the safest pallet, and it looks like Noct is just full sending it to this other pallet here. Will they make it? No, as we are on ping and we do get the drop. You hate to see it. You can even see the Blood Favors coming up as the hit came before the pallet was fully dropped. No shot. Oh my god, ping sometimes, man. And we will be getting our first stage here, putting foot here on the gallows side. I am using the OC clock for this map, so it is 6 by Water Tower and 12 here by the top of the street. We are going to 12 right now, and Noct here was hooked at the 9 area of the map. We're gonna get a fake uncloak into a very fast kick here as Isaac runs down towards the 4 side of the map here, but we do know that there's a survivor working our main generator. We could hear the gen pumping in the background. We could see the JD on the ace here playing that main. Ooh, we do get a pull here from, I believe this is Rebecca, yeah? We do get the uncloak. It will result here in a hook trade for our killer as Emmy here on Rebecca does go down, getting knocked off of that hook before they go second. Blood Favor is in play. Ooh, this is gonna be a bit scary. However, they do have this pallet. We are going to be running out of our borrowed time in about 5 seconds, however. And it is going to be up to our, up to Noct here to not die to our Wraith. Because if Noct gets hooked here and gets put on Death Hook with like 3 generators, 4 generators remaining, it's gonna be a bit, it's good, not the ideal spot you want as a survivor. Ooh, we got a very good zoning break here. And Noct is just forced to play this very unsafe window here. They try to jiggy away, but they won't make anywhere as they will be going down here on our 6 o'clock edge map filler. This Z-wall of doom and despair. We're going to be getting our pick, getting our hooks, getting our death hook here on a survivor. 3 generators remaining. We could see JD here resetting Emmy, and we have Isaac working away at our generator at 3. We have a gen at about 40% prog here as the survivor enters death hook, giving us 70 seconds till they die on that hook, putting some pressure on our survivor team as Isaac can finish the gen before Noct fully dies on hook. But JD and Emmy, if they're going to split, the gen will not finish before Noct will be sacrificed to the entity. So perhaps we'll see Isaac go for the pull as soon as they finish their gen. We might see JD crouching in the open. Maybe not the best call here, as he will be taking a tag for it. JD, what? Ace isn't that stealthy. We did see a bird take off here at the 8th side of the map, and it is Rebecca here, Emmy on the Reb. We do have Blood Favor from the hit onto JD. No! This is bad. Bad situation for our survivors. Noct might just die on the hook here. A totem does go away. There goes Ruin. Isaac finishes that gen. 2 generators remaining. Noct is on moments away from being sacrificed to the entity. Oops. I might have hit the plate. My bad. Will we see our survivors get the pull? Wraith is just going to stand here, body blocking our survivor. Will Noct survive? No. As it's tragedy for our Bleedout survivors, as Noct will be sacrificed with 2 generators remaining. We get a hit here, Blood Favor procs. We have all 3 survivors injured, entering this 1v3 with 2 gens remaining. There is no gen prog on the board right now, I believe, for our survivors, as we catch a reset here by JD and Emmy. We body block JD. JD will be going down. And this is looking like a 4k2 or a 4k1 here for our killer, as we do spot another survivor here in the middle of the map. It is Emmy hitting that fast vault. Oh my. Emmy just has to play for her life here. There's not much she can do. Get some body blocks here by the Wraith, and Emmy will be going down as they don't make it around to the Spallet, even though she is not on ping, as she is an EU player. Very strong player from Germany. I love seeing Emmy play. Yep. But unfortunately, she does go down and will be slugged here. We do know where our other 2 survivors here, Isaac and JD. And we will be getting a vault, and then... Ooh, JD does have a pallet here to play on this weird, like, house filler gym. Not house filler. House gym. It's one of those jungle gyms with the long wall that happens when you drop the pallet. Ooh, we do get the down here on JD, and it's up to Isaac to recover the situation here, picking Emmy up. And we are, unfortunately, in a position of constantly getting slugged and getting picked. We have to somehow have a very strong chase here and recover. We have Emmy here vaulting up into main, spotting our Wraith, and immediately having to go back. She does make it to the bottom window here. However, will we catch Isaac rotating for our pick onto Ace? So you see Isaac's scratch marks here going towards Ace. Wraith right behind them, uncloaking. We will be seeing a trade for this. Yep, as Ace goes back down, and Isaac now in the chase with Blood Favor active. It's not looking good. We have... I don't know, such a strong position, such strong body blocks here by Courtney. Courtney getting another slug, and it's now down to Emmy to recover the situation. And it's not looking good here for our Bleedout survivors. It is looking like a 4k2 result here for Courtney. Courtney playing Wraith exceptionally well despite those unfortunate swings at the start against JD. Not gonna lie, I feel like that's less on Courtney and more in like behavior. What are these swings? Especially the one where they got auto aim to the window. That was diabolical. We have a pick here by our Wraith here. And we will be seeing Emmy come to try and recover this situation, as we will be getting JD up here for this. And we do spot our survivors. JD does get picked. Emmy is going towards 6. JD drops the pallet. Oh... Our survivors are in a bit of a tight spot here. Like, they have to somehow get a reset, but that's probably not going to happen. As we do get a cloak. A cloak... if Carney committed far away enough, the cloak could have resulted in a survivor getting pulled. But because they're both injured, right? Wraith can cloak here and uncloak the hook trade to still get a hook trade if a survivor went to pull. Oh. Oh no, JD. JD, look out! Oh no, JD not quite looking behind them as Wraith walks up to them, uncloaks and hits them in the back. Oh no! And once again, it is up to our lovely Emmy here to try and recover it for our survivors. If there's anyone that could do it, she can maybe go do it again, but it's not looking likely as Wraith here is in a very, very strong position. Wraith is just probably going to go look around at our gens here. We're going to secure the second stage here onto Isaac and possibly just try to what do you call that? Try to get as much pressure onto our hope survivor as possible here, because we did see our generators over there. Like, none of them are progged, and we're probably not going to see a generator pop by the time Isaac dies, right? So Emmy has to make something happen here. We have a Wraith coming to hook. Unfortunately, Emmy is on like a bit of a wrong side-ish of the map, as we do have Wraith cloaking. Emmy needs to send this very quickly while Wraith is checking on the other side of the map, and Emmy does so once again, somehow recovering it for her team. She gets the pull here, and this almost certainly will mean that both survivors are both standing, but the question is, will we get Isaac off the hook? Wraith is back here immediately in chase with Emmy. Oh my, what a lunge over that pallet as Emmy goes down. Very unfortunate. Crazy stuff here. Courtney playing absolutely insane. And we do spot JD, look out! No! Get a fake uncloak there. JD vaults the window. We vault back over. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking likely. As oh, JD does vault. JD, however, is not in chase so that they could keep revaulting these windows. Isaac here is sacrificed, and we do get swung through the window. Oh my, what a ping hit. I swear, that hit looked very much so on ping. And we will be seeing JD here put onto our hook, and Emmy here probably will be found very momentarily as she's just in the middle of the street. We do here see the blood. We hear our survivor, and yeah, that will be our... Oh! Courtney, they're in the bush! Courtney, they're in the bush! There they are. And we'll be seeing our Mori onto poor Emmy. Oh, Emmy. Oh, poor Rebecca. Yep, Wraith Mori. Wow. And that will conclude our first game of our second set here with a 4K2 on Wraith by Aterfall, putting a very, very tough win condition once again for our follow-up team, Bleedout, with another 4K3 win condition, but instead of Artist, this time it's on Wraith. The tie condition of 4K2 is going to be tough for our killer to match. And I'm very excited to see how our killer does. We're going to get that next lobby set up, and we'll see what the result will be. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4 main bracket, Round 4, with Bleedout on our second game of our second set here with Bleedout versus Aterfall, with Bleedout on the killer here, with JD playing the Wraith here for Bleedout with a win condition of 4K3 and a tie condition of 4K2. We have once again a pretty hex-oriented build, not fully on the hexes, but is pretty heavy on the hexes, with 3 out of 4 perks being hexes, and Pain Resonance here with Ruin Thrill being one of our most popular combos, and Ruin Thrill Wretched being just as popular as Pain Res Erupt Corrupt on some of these for some of these killers. And for our add-ons, we do have our Swift Hunt and Shadow Dance, Uncloak and Break Speed, and we did get a very good fast first tag here on Nepe, and now we're gonna get a possible down here, as this is just a a pretty unsafe filler palette here on finger guns. I was mixing up the two F's in my speech there, my bad. And we are now off to this 11 filler here, and we will be going down momentarily. Yeah, not much you can do on that palette, I'm afraid. And we will be getting the pick here on our survivor. Getting our first stage here, looking like we're going to be hooking towards this 9 side here by Gallows. Our first totem is cleansed here, and we hate to see it as we lose the totem 50-50 here, as Ruin does go away instead of Thrill. However, we will still have Thrill active for our Wretched Fate, which is still a bit of value here from our other hex, despite Ruin going away so early into the match. Oh, we do spot our Kate here in the 3 side of the map. They get that fast vault, and it looks like JD is drops the drop Kate. Instead, we find an injured Nancy. Oh, what is JD doing? Some crazy, crazy mind game. Yeah, when we're gonna go back to the hook, you're probably going to look for finger guns before they get a reset. That was a very interesting pathing from JD there. Maybe trying to hope to catch Nepe there, possibly overcommitting without holding a check spot. But our survivor here manages to avoid going down into that very unique mind game. Ooh, we try to swing through the window, but it looks like finger guns gets it despite the ping. Not dying to the window vault, thankfully. And we do spend Shack Ballot there, and we just have this pretty unsafe filler. What does our survivor do? We vault over, and we do get the down as we're not able to revault that on ping, I'm afraid. Very good stuff by JD. And we do have our death hook at 4 generators remaining. However, with the gen prog Lincoln has on our gen here, by our 3 side of the map, it's looking like there's going to be 3 generators remaining very quickly here, putting us at our win condition of 4k3 for our killer here, meaning that they have to get this game over before another gen finishes. If they're not able to stop Lincoln from finishing this, Lincoln does finish it, but will be taking an M1 for their troubles. And we will be taking an injury here, entering our 3 gen situation here with 1 survivor on death hook, 1 survivor injured, and 2 survivors healthy. This is looking, honestly, this is looking good for our survivors. I would say Aterfall here has the advantage going into this game. It is very likely that they will just be finishing another gen, putting us in at least our Tycon. A very good spot here for our survivors, and it is up to them to make sure. It is up to JD here to make sure that this tunnel out needs to either get this unhook needs to get denied, but yeah, it's just gonna be a hook trade here for Nepe. But this tunnel out needs to happen. Looks like we're gonna opt the hook here instead. Us Ray, thankfully we do have our cloak, so we're able to catch up quickly. Nia shouldn't be able to get too far here, as we're pretty much cloaked right on their heels. Borrowed time is going to be expiring in about 2 or 3 seconds, and we will be vulnerable to getting down here by Wraith. And this will be likely Finger Guns' final chase of this trial. And we will be seeing our first sacrifice happening very soon. But in the background, we do have Courtney working away at a gen. And Lincoln coming in to pull Nepe. Will Finger Guns make it? No, unfortunately they don't. And they can't really vault that pallet, especially on ping. They do go down. JD will be getting the pick. JD will be getting the hook as Courtney's gen does finish in the background, putting us at our tie condition here, as I don't think Wraith can make it to the gen, even if we walk in a straight line towards it. No, and that puts us at our tie condition of 4k2 here, but we do enter the 1v3 with 2 injured survivors and one healthy. This is danger for our survivors, as we do know where both of them are, as we do see both of them, as the unhook did happen. Lincoln here in chase. Will they be able to play this? It's a bit risky here, as this is just, yeah, it's not the safest window. They do go down. Will we get a pick here? Looks like it here, as it looks like we have made our way all the way to our 1 o'clock generator here, and we are working away at that. And we do get our pain res here, our 1 o'clock generator at 50%. Honestly, this is really scary here for JD. With this much gen prog on the board, they're going to need to make something happen. Without Ruin, without Wretched in play, it's just all up to raw kicks and pain res now. Oh. Ooh, we have a chem shot by Ace, a cheeky chem shot, but we will be taking M1 for that. And we now have all 3 survivors injured. I mean, this is definitely doable, I feel. JD will probably go back here, will kick the generator. Yep. Will we see a kick on the pallet? No, as we don't want to get chem trapped, I fear. And we are going to go back towards our 6th side of the map here, checking our gens at 5 and 7. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see a break onto Water Tower, as that is a fairly strong tile. Looks like we won't. Instead, we'll be catching Nancy off here. Very good game sense by JD, finding our survivors. Nancy vaults the pallet, walks around. Will she make it? Ooh, Nancy losing the 50. She'll be going down here, as there's nothing much she could do. We'll be getting the down. Will we be slugging? I think it's likely yes, as our survivors probably are back on that generator. Yes, as we can see, Ace is working away at the generator here, pre-leaving, trying to get some distance, possibly trying to re-stealth. This also big as Ace does interrupt the regression. So the gen stops regressing now and will be holding at about 40%. We're going to be looking for our survivor here. JD does know that the Ace is probably around this area, and if we could find Ace, down them, and hook them, this is going to be really good as we do have Pain Rest available. Oh, this water tower pallet still active. Can Ace do it? They're going to go for the window vault. Oh, we do have Bloodlust 1. Our survivors are probably... Oh, they're resetting in the background. So this gives JD lots of time here for this chase. We get the down. We will get the Pain Rest right here onto the 6 next to Water Tower. This is very good now for JD as we cash in our last Pain Rest, regressing that really progressed generator from about 40% to maybe about looking like maybe 30%, and then manual regression from there. So this gives JD a bit of momentum back, but we do get a double reset from our survivors in exchange for that chase. So this makes it a lot harder for JD to get these slugs going. We're going to have to get a few tags here before going into possibly 3-slugging our survivors. We have our survivors here trying to stealth away, trying to stealth towards the hook. JD's just standing. We do spot our first survivor here. It is going to be Nepe on the Nancy. And we will be running towards this pallet. We'll be taking a tag for our troubles as we will probably see Kate pulling in the background here momentarily. At this point, JD is going to possibly check on our generator. We see our survivor. We check on our generator just in case that they're working on it. The generator is not prog, so JD knows exactly what they're going for, and they do get that pull. We now have 2 injured survivors. Everyone's been hooked at least once. No one's on death hook, and we have no more pain rests. I think right now our best bet is to honestly down Nepe or Courtney and put them on the hook. Getting them to death hook, we need to turn this into a 2v1 scenario before that last generator finishes. Ooh, they get the stun through the ping. Very good stuff here as JD just cloaks and heads away. We are looking for our survivors all walking around here. We do know that we have Kate in the area, but she is not injured, so she could potentially stealth this out really well. JD checking the bushes just in case, making sure no one is lurking here. We do know now that this gen is fully regressed, so it's up to our survivors here to try and get some gen prog on the way. We do see Wraith going towards the edge map here, trying to look for our survivors, maybe resetting, because Courtney and Nepe should ideally be going for a reset at this position. We want to be probably playing slow, knowing that Wraith has no more perks available. Oh no! We do catch Nepe. They do go down. And we will be seeing a hook here momentarily. I would assume we'll be seeing a hook towards the mid of the map. Okay, never mind. We'll be seeing a hook towards Gallows. JD proving me wrong. And we will be cloaking likely very soon and probably checking our generator. We do spot Ace. This is perfect here. If we could get a very fast down on Ace, this could be game-changing. No! No, Courtney, no. That's not what you need here right now for our Aterfall survivors. JD cloaking, going to check on all of our gens. It is up to Lincoln here on the Kate to recover this, like how Emmy had to recover that match for their team earlier. The problem is, if they get spotted here, it might be all over here for our Aterfall survivors. Lincoln somehow gets through the middle of the map without JD spotting them. Oh my gosh. This is not good, as both survivors are in... Oh no, we do spot our final survivor. I was going to say both survivors are very close to each other. One hooked and one slugged. We're going to get an uncloak here, and it looks like Lincoln is going to probably be entering our final chase. However, if they do take a favorable tag, we might be able to see an unhook happen. Oh, we go try to pick. We get the weapon wipe. We do trade Kate here, and it looks like Courtney here will be our final chase of the trial. Getting a 4K2 tie here for Bleedout. Oh my gosh, what a close match so far. With a 4K2 on Artist, a 4K1 on Aterfall's Artist, and then 2 4K2s on our Wraith set, bringing us to our tiebreaker, which is our first Trickster game here onto Cold Tower 1. Very excited to see how Trickster goes, especially after the rework on the second all-kill chapter. Oh my god. No, not quite JD, as Courtney does make that fast vault. And Courtney here just has to loop for their life. Oh, and they will be going down. Very unfortunate. As we do get the pick, we do get the hook. 4k2 here for Bleedout, as there's no what do you call that? No unbreakable, no anti-slug in this balancing. And it's likely that Kate does not make it to the Kate does not bleed out here or make it to a hatch. No, we don't have a hook here, and it's like we're just gonna see a Mori. Oh, poor Kate. And we see our Wraith Mori onto Kate. Ow. Oh. Okay. And that wraps up our second set of our best of 3 here, bringing us to currently 1-0 for Bleedout and a tie. So one win for Bleedout, a tie. So we will be going to our tiebreaker here to see who takes it. If we do get a win here for Aterfall on the Trickster, we will be moving back to our Wraith set here to see who wins that. Oh my. We will be seeing you in a bit as we get our next match sorted. I believe it's going to be Bleedout playing Trickster first, and I think it might be Noct playing Trickster instead of JD. So we're going to have to see that. I'm not sure exactly, and we're going to be back momentarily. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4 main bracket round 4 here with our third set, the tiebreaker of our Bleedout versus Aterfall match. We have our very first Trickster match this season with Bleedout on the Trickster first with our very, very lovely owner of the league, other owner of the league, I Noct here on the Trickster here with very, you know, a very, I'd say standard Trickster setup here with Ruin, Pain Res, Corrupt, but instead of having Thrill or something, we have Bam here for an anti-chase perk, and it looks like we do have Ripper Brace here, which allows us to get faster breaks and vaults here. It's kind of like an Obscure Games cartridge of Unknown, but instead of after a teleport, it's for every style rank you get, and we have our Inferno Wires as it increases our time on the S rank by while in S rank, 20% big synergy there with Ripper Brace. We enter C rank here, get our 6 hits on Nepe, getting them injured. We are going to get another dagger and another dagger. 2 out of 6 hits, a third dagger. Oh my gosh, we still have 21 daggers in the tank. And will we be getting the down? One more dagger? Just one? Oh my. Will Nepe be able to avoid this? We have 15 daggers left. Nepe is 1 dagger away from going down. Oh, almost through the window. But not quite. Nepe will be going down 1 dagger tier. And we'll be going down to tier D. Nepe's doing an exceptional job here, not dying to this. Holy good patience by Nepe. Going down to 2. Going down to... Okay, there we go. We're back to 1 more dagger hit away. We are on 6 daggers, and we get the down on the window vault. Very good stuff here by Nepe, getting a crazy first chase, allowing our survivors to double out that first gen in the top mid part of the map. We'll be getting a Pain Res here, hitting Courtney's gen likely on our, it looks like our 5 tile? Oh no, sorry, our 1 tile, and our Trickster will be going up towards there, reloading here in our in the 3 area. Oh my, very well played here by our survivors, getting this very, very important gen out of the way. And yeah, we are off looking for some survivors. We will be decaying away from C rank in a very, very short fashion here, unless we get some style points here. We need to either get a long range dagger hit, a hit through a tight spot. I believe pallet break or gen break or a door break. Yeah, we do decay down to D rank, slowing us down. Sorry, not slowing us down. Slowing our vault and break speed down. Ooh, no hits, no hits. Oh, we do get a hit there. Getting us some style, hitting 50% style on the D rank, putting 2 dagger stacks onto Nepe here. Not quite through the back window of Shack. Ooh, not quite through the Shack. And we get the break, putting us up to C rank. Oh my, Nepe managing to clear both dagger stacks here. Very good stuff. Very good patience here from our survivor. Not running straight through, getting tagged through that window crack. Getting our dagger stacks down. Very, very well played. Playing the line of sight exceptionally well here against our Trickster. Punishing the 4.4. Honestly, like, it's a bit rough, right? It's a 4.4 killer. Ooh, we get 2 dagger tags. Like, honestly, I really enjoy Trickster. I struggle. I still am Oh no, we do lose the 50 here at the edge of the map. We take an M1 and B going down, and we will be getting our death hook here happening at 3 gens remaining. Trickster is one of those killers that I really like. It's just that I'm not very good at them. I used to be a lot better when they were 4.6 with daggers. I would you could play like a bit on the M1 side with daggers that compensate for when you can't get those M1 hits. But with the 4.4 change, I feel like it's all daggers now. Like there's not really a feasible way to M1. Also, Ruin has gotten cleansed in the background. I missed it. My bad. But yeah, but the daggers going down to 6 hits to injure instead of 8 is big. However, the dagger throw pattern feels different from it was before. We do hit our S rank though, our first S rank of the game. We get an idea of where literally every survivor is. We spot Ace over there in the distance. We know another survivor is in the middle of the map. Oh my, we have 11 daggers left in the tank here, and our survivor is likely gonna come try and pull. This is very important here that we get some value out of this S rank right now. We need the momentum. We need to make sure these gens don't pop. We're going to break this pallet. Ripper Brace making us rip through these pallets exceptionally fast. The question is, will Nepe get pulled? And it's looking like they will, as we do have Som here coming to pull our survivor. This is exactly what you want. Our survivors here are in such a strong position with a pull happening right before Nepe goes down, and we will be seeing a gen finish with 1 gen remaining here, and the gen at extremely high progress. It is looking as a very strong position here for our survivors against Trickster here. 2 stages, 2-stage 1 fresh with 1 gen remaining is a bit tough. Hearts needs to get the game, the momentum going onto his side very soon here. We do spot a survivor. Our S rank is about to decay. We might see a main event happen very soon. We do see the main event pop right before S rank goes away. However, our survivor does have the loss, and we just have to cancel main event here. Do have to, and we'll get some throws in here. We got 2 tags onto Raider. Our wonderful, wonderful Raider, 1v1 Raider on Twitch. Absolute trucer here of a survivor. So very excited to see them play. Oh, one more. No, Raider! Oppa! Getting that crouch, dodging that dagger. Such good plays here by our survivor. Oh, we do get the tag. A gen will pop in the background, however. We're not going to see another Pain Rest used, unfortunately, for Inox. And the gen will pop as we take the final down here on Raider, giving us our 3rd hook and 2nd fresh of the game. We could hook right next to this gate here, and I think it's going to be a pretty good spot here for our killer. The gate is already at like 1% prog. We do have to reload very soon, and it can be very risky here to reload, as that is an opportune moment for the survivors to pull off the hook. We do get the reload without an incident. We do spot our survivors here in the area. We're going to get some dagger throws. A save here against Trickster can be difficult, as daggers are very strong. We do hit S rank. We know where everyone is. Oh, are we just gonna come in Nancy here? We do commit Nancy, and they will be getting the bullet for that. Oh no! We run out of daggers on the very last one! No! That last miss! That would have been amazing if we got that! But unfortunately, the survivors will be getting out from this. Oppa, very well played here by Raider. And we'll be getting a hook here onto Courtney as our survivors are out of the gate. Getting us 6 stage 3 fresh. Very good, a very good recovery here from Hearts onto the end game, getting us to 6 stages, up from 2 stage 1 fresh. 6 stage 3 fresh, putting our win condition for our other killer at 6 stage 4 fresh, and our tie condition at 6 stage 3 fresh. We will also see a 7 stage win condition possible here for our Aterfall killer, and we will be back as we get our Bleedout survivors into lobby and our Aterfall killer. Very excited to see more Trickster. What a very, very explosive start to that match, but our survivors managed to pull it back with Nancy's amazing chase. Big shout out to Nepe there, having an amazing first chase, and a big shout out to Som pulling Nepe out of that hook right before they get sacrificed. Honestly, amazing gen pressure from the survivors. Very good stuff. And we will very excited to see how Bleedout's survivors do. And I'm excited to see how Aterfall's killer does. Oh my, what a wonderful set so far. I'm really enjoying this. So we'll be right back as we get the next set sorted. I'll see you guys in a bit. Sorry, I mean by next set, I meant next match. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Next game of our... guys, it's getting late. I apologize. See you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 4 here, season 4 with Bleedout versus Aterfall. This time we have finger guns here on the Trickster for Aterfall with the batteries included. A perk we've seen quite a bit. I'd still say it's an uncommon pick, but we have been seeing it quite a bit of it in this season of Blood Rush League on different killers here. We're gonna see how it goes. It does give that 5% haste when we're near gens, right? Bringing up our killer's movement speed to 115%, bringing us back to our old 4.6, which we were before the Trickster rework. We do enter D rank here from the door break and those dagger hits. We do spot JD and Emmy here on Ace and Tori respectively. We are running Trick Pouch for those extra daggers, and we are running Tequila Moonrock for 8% throw speed after hitting a style rank. And Knocked does go down here, and we will be getting a reload before getting our pick. Agi getting us to where we need to go, probably to that mid hook here, that middle pain rest, giving our killer a very, very good hook going into the start of this game. Pain rest hits Isaac's gen, putting it back to about maybe 15%. And we can see it was a gen here in the mid of the map. This is what you want to see when you're on the killer. You get your first down, you get your first hook, and the gen is still... The gen that was pain rest is still at like 10%. Oh my, I would be really happy here if I was finger guns. Ooh, throwing daggers at Isaac, kind of harassing them. We do have 41 daggers in the tank with Trick Pouch, giving us those extra daggers here with 8 extra daggers for our Trickster here. And our lovely Tequila Moonrock giving us our 8% throw speed for 10 seconds after getting a style rank, enabling us to potentially get some really fast injures here, where we otherwise wouldn't. Oh my, finger guns being very frugal with their knives here, throwing some of these zoning knives, kind of trying to get some cheeky hits onto our survivors to dissuade them from either doing the gen, coming for the pull. Yeah, and looks like we're going to try and secure a second stage here onto Knocked. It's going to be very tough to pull this against Trickster, right? Because they'll just pull out the knives, they'll be hitting you as you're pulling, you'll be going down, then they'll be hitting the person you just unhooked, then they'll hit the BT, and then they'll just keep knifing them until they go. We have JD here coming in. Yep. We hit B rank, we're getting the Tequila Moonrock value. Oh, and it looks like we're just going to get a very unfortunate grab off the locker as we do get our first hook, our second hook. It looks like we're gonna opt to elect a hook here towards the 11 side of the map, as we want to use that pain rest on JD, who is directly under that mid hook. Oh, Emmy coming in for the crazy FTP. Very well played by Emmy. Love to see it. That FTP robs our killer from of a pain rest hook. However, Knocked here is still threatening to die on our hook. Ooh, Isaac getting that mid gen done. That's potentially huge. We don't get the injury on Isaac. Oh my, Isaac managing to get out there is big. If that was a health stake on the Isaac, that makes it so that no one can come and save Knocked here. However, Isaac has to wait for these knives to drop off before they can come for the pull. Ooh, very scary. Both of our survivors still injured. Isaac still in our in max knives, as we are in. From what I understand, when we were in S ranks, knives won't decay as fast, or won't decay. It's looking like it's not decaying. And this pretty much means that Knocked is unpullable and will be dying here on our hook, giving us 3 stage, 1 fresh, going into a 1v3 with 3 generators remaining. Not gonna lie, this is looking like a very strong here position here for Aterfall, getting us a very solid position going into this 1v3. We only need to get 3 more stages and 2 more freshes for a tie, or 3 more stages and 3 more freshes for a win. 1 hook on each survivor, spending all 3 pain rests will win the game. Oof. What a down here onto JD. Very good stuff. And it looks like we're going to pick here and hook JD. We're probably going to cash it into this pain rest. It's so big that Emmy got that for the people onto JD here, meaning that the making it so that they can't they couldn't pain rest earlier. That does give them a lot of gen pressure, but at this point, right, it's very scary for our survivors. We are halfway up to D rank, but we need to get some style points soon, or we will be going back down to E. We have also, with this middle gen finished, we have batteries value, as we do get that 5% haste when we do go near that gen. We're gonna, I think, dry kick this gen, as, I mean, we only have dry kicks and pain rest as our regression perks right now, outside of our corrupt, which is only there for our early game. Honestly, this is looking like a very solid position right now for finger guns. The survivors have to do a really good job here in this 1v3 to get out. They can, at this point, I would say that they can't really afford to have someone else go on hook. They can afford to have JD die on hook, but when JD dies on hook, we have to be exiting the trial at that point. But with 2 gens remaining, it's going to be a bit tough, because even though that the gen at 9 here is quite progressed, and there's a gen at 2 with progress, they are both within line of sight of the hook, making it very hard to work. And the other 2 gens being in main and 11, this is really hard for our survivors. They have to make something happen. Emmy is working away on the gen. JD goes to second stage here, bringing us up to 5 stages. If we down Isaac here and just fully camp Isaac out, I think that will be a win for Aterfall. We do get our style up, which increases our throw speed. We get the injury on Isaac. Will we commit here for Emmy or JD? We can see our survivors going to the top side of the map. We just need 1 more hook and a full camp out on that hook. We do get B rank. We get a reload here while survivors are zoned towards 12. This is so strong for our killer. Ooh, 2 dagger hits onto JD. Will we see 4 more? Oh, JD needs to have a game-winning chase here. Emmy has left and is off on their way to a gen, working away on that generator at, I believe, 2. And we have Isaac here working the generator at 9. If JD just needs to have this chase right now, and it's still really hard here. Oh, Gen does finish. JD is doing such a good job here. If JD manages to reset, this is really good, but Emmy can't get caught out here. Oh no, we do spot Emmy here, walking down towards our bottom side of the map, playing at this, walking past the tile at 3. Going to 3, has this filler pallet. They have to play it. We have batteries included. Emmy playing like it's a 4.4, but batteries included, getting us that haste and allows us to play it like an M1. This hook secures our Tycon here for our killer, hitting that pain rest on that generator, probably securing a 4K1. We do hear someone in the middle here. Emmy is pretty much unsavable in the current state of things unless the killer overcommits away from the gen. We could see here that the gen at 11 is regressing. There's honestly, our survivors just need to reset. And it looks like that's what they're doing here as Trickster is walking around the mid of the map. They're resetting bottom mid, and if we do spot the reset, the game could very well just, and we do get a reset here onto JD. We need to see Isaac get a reset here. The survivors can still play for this tie condition, but it's going to be so hard. They have about 50 seconds before Emmy goes second, and after Emmy goes second, that's a win here for Aterfall. So they have to pull very quickly, and they have to somehow loop long enough for the last gen to pop without anyone getting hooked, which at this level of play is going to be difficult. Sorry, they also have to pop the last gen and get all the survivors out in endgame. Sorry, yeah. Ooh, we do see a survivor over there at the 3 o'clock, the 9 o'clock tile. We do see another survivor at the 2 o'clock tile here working that generator. Emmy is going to be going second here any second now, and that's going to be securing the win here for Aterfall. Getting us 7 stages on the board. 7 stage, 3 fresh here. We are at E rank though, so we are kind of at our weakest. We do get a pull on Emmy by JD. Isaac here in the chase. Yeah, Isaac taking a vault in there, getting injured, not able to make it much of anywhere, and we do get M1 for our trouble. We were probably going to get picked, hooked into the middle of the map once again with Agi, hitting our last pain res, and not gonna lie, this is looking like a 4K1. Oh my gosh, very well played here by Finger Guns, showing us how it's done here. Amazing plays on the Trickster. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Emmy will be going down here. Emmy does go down. We just have to find JD here. If JD gets found, this is going to be a 4K1 result here for our killer. JD kind of hovering around the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock area. Emmy does get picked. This gives JD the opportunity to perhaps pull Isaac here, as Emmy will be our second sacrifice at 1 gen remaining. Oh, Emmy. We do get the pull. And we do enter A rank, giving us Moonstone Tequila, 8% throw speed for 10 seconds. We do get the reload. Our throw speed should be ending very momentarily. Ooh, we do spot JD here. This is pretty good for our killer. We just need to get an injure onto JD. And then perhaps transfer our chase on to Isaac. Ooh, JD is injured. We could actually get the down here. That would be really good for us. JD does get the down with a single dagger throw. Good stuff. We don't see a killer instinct, as that means our survivor is a bit outside the TR. We get the firecracker as the match ends here for our survivors. 4K1 by Finger Guns. Amazing result on the Trickster here. Very, very good stuff. And what a wonderful first Trickster set for this season. Love to see more of this killer. Honestly, there's some really good knife throws and good hits. Yep. And we will be getting our Trickster Mori here. Oh shit, poor Ace. Poor JD. Ow. Very well played by Finger Guns. Getting Aterfall the win. We will be back momentarily, as this will bring us back to our Wraith set, I believe. And we will see how that goes. I just hit my table. I am sorry. We will see how that goes. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4, main bracket round 4 here with Aterfall versus Bleedout, with Aterfall on the killer here for our 4th set of Wraith, as it did get a tie of 4K2 to 4K2 last time, and we have Courtney once again back on the Wraith with the same build, with a very hex-oriented build with Ruin, Thrill, Undying, Blood Favor, and we do spot our first survivor here, and ooh, it's JD in the 3 tile, playing the windows very well. Ooh, we don't quite cloak, but we do have this balance play. It's not the safest filler, but it is a filler. Better than nothing. JD does get hit! Unfortunate, and this turns Blood Favor on here for our survivor. We do have the cloak speed and the break speed here with Swift Hunt, Shadow Dance on our killer. No head on here, and this means that JD will be going down. Very fast first chase here by Courtney, bringing us our first hook of the trial. Trying to maybe see if we can bait a head on there, walking into the locker, but not quite. And we will be hooking our survivor in here as our Undying gets cleansed. We check our other totems here. Ooh, a very tight totem spread here at the 1 and 2 side of the map. Very nasty totems. However, we do have the totem all the way at 8, so maybe we'll see that cleansed. But if that's Thrill, then it's gonna be a bit rough here for our survivors. We do get the vault onto back, our very fast vault here, while cloaked, onto Rebecca. And we have Emmy here on the Rebecca in chase. They do take a hit. And they will attempt to pull. No, Emmy. That's not what you want to see. That wasn't pullable, bestie. And we now have a slug underneath the hook. And this spells disaster here for our survivors here on Bleedout. We can see Noct here is working away the Gallows Gen, and we have Isaac here working away at the generator at 5. But this pull? Oh no, that's not what you want to see at this point of the game. This means JD will be guaranteed almost certainly going second. Emmy here slugged 2 generators pop, and I think Courtney knows for sure there is no feasible way that these survivors can pull before JD goes second. One simple body block, and there it goes. Emmy does get pulled here by Noct, and Isaac will be hook trading JD off of this hook. And it's up to JD to have this last chase count here, as we do have Blood Favor in play, and there's not much, no pallets really they can play. They have to find a window or something before this borrowed time wears off, and our BT will be wearing off in the next 15 seconds. Within 15 seconds of being unhooked, so in the next 5 seconds, and it should be gone now. We do get the swing. We do get a wonderful stun here by JD. Unbelievable stun. Honestly, we do see Emmy in the mid-map here, but yeah, JD just has to play for their life. They do have Shack Ballot to play. Ooh, yeah, it's very tough to win that 50, especially on pick. JD does make the vault despite the body block attempt here by Courtney. If JD needs to make this last, like, at least another 30 seconds. If JD goes down right now, it is disaster for our survivors. Oppa! Auto wave into a stun by JD. This is what we need to see here. The J Danger getting the stun. Emmy coming in for a wonderful hit take. Oh my, well played by our survivors. This however turns Blood Favor on for our ace here. They do have the Shack. Ooh, they do get the revolt. Well played. Emmy might take it down here for JD. Yep, they do. Just puts Blood Favor back onto the pallet. JD here has to play Shack once again. They don't vault it this time, but will they make the fast vault? I think they do make this fast vault. Our killer here, mind gaming. Unfortunately, due to ping, it's hard to react to it. Sometimes Blood Favor does, and we do have this pallet to play. We have Bloodlust 1. Will JD go down? JD making this last chase count. Oh my god, we have an unsafe filler here, and we will be losing that 50 and be going down here momentarily. And we'll be getting our hook here, and 2 gens will be worked in the background. This is very good here. That was potentially, by Emmy and JD, a match-winning, not just game-winning, match-winning chase, as we DC 2 gens finish in the background, as Emmy has managed to hide with tenacity in the bushes. Will our killer find her? No, our killer walks right over her. Oh my gosh. Holy tenacity value. We do get Emmy up. And our killer enters chase here with, looking like Noct here. Oh, Noct, look out! We don't want to be running into the killer like that! Holy hell. Far out, man. What a crazy whole match. All the games have been. Such amazing claims. Oh no, Isaac unfortunately losing that. It's so hard to react to on ping. We have to remember, guys, that our survivors here are playing on like 200 to 300 ping. So when they do vault back like that, when they see the red stain, if they don't vault right away, sometimes it's just unreactable. They'll get hit during the vault because of ping. We do get our 4th hook here and our 2nd fresh hook of the trial. 1 gen remaining. It's looking very good here for our survivors. The only downside, right, is that everyone is injured. And with everyone being injured... Oh, wait, no, this is exceptionally bad. Why are we all on the same side of the map? I think they were trying to go for a reset. Not forcing a locker pull here. Emmy going to go and get the unhook for that. Oh my gosh. This is danger. Emmy needs to get the pull here. We do get the pull, and we are now stuck in this loop of trying to recover our game with survivors being unhooked and hooked. Isaac needs to have a chase here, but I'm afraid without window block, it's just really hard. They do make it to the pallet still with that last second of BT. I honestly thought they were going to go down there. Very well played there by Isaac. Very good pathing. Oh no, but they don't make it to this pallet, I'm afraid, and they will be going down. Noct hits the clean break, I believe. And I believe we'll be resetting Emmy ideally. Yep, Emmy gets reset. Noct here with the clean break, with the Iron Will Resi clean break. Will probably try to stealth out for the remainder of their of that timer. Emmy does get found. Amazing game sense by Courtney to find our survivor there. We do get the tag, and Isaac here is in a scary position. Will Emmy just pull this? Is the question. The answer is yes. Emmy hook gets the Metal of Man. Oh my god! Game-changing Metal of Man value! If Emmy got slugged there, that would have been absolute disaster for our killer. But it looks like we're going to go here. Look for our survivor. Did we see some blood? We did, as poor Noct is caught out before the second wind can heal them. And they will be going down. Not second wind, clean break, I'm afraid. Oh no. That 1 minute timer can be tough. Emmy here, just kind of having to play it a bit stealthy. Ooh, but we do spot Isaac. And they do go down before they can make the pallet. Blood Favor means a pallet save is impossible, and Emmy has a beamer but is nowhere in sight. Looks like she's going to go and reset Noct here, and this puts us in a 1v2 at a 1-gen scenario at our last final gen. With this gen progress, with Ruin in play, it is not looking like we're going to see any meaningful gen progress happen. It is looking like very much we will be seeing a 4K1 from our killer here. Carney playing an exceptional game, and it's up to JD to match this with a 4K2. And I mean, if anyone can match a strong killer result, it is killers from these two teams. Oh my. Noct does get caught out here. We'll get picked, we'll get down. Will we find Emmy? Looks like we're gonna opt to pick here. Emmy stealthing away, making her way back towards this one area. But the problem is, there's just not any gen prog. The Ruin here eating away at any gen progress that the survivors make, and in a 1v2, like I said earlier, borderline impossible to get gens finished in this state of the game. It's pretty over. Like, it is almost certainly a 4K1 unless Cartney somehow does a massive blunder, which is extremely unlikely from a player of this caliber. Yes, we're just looking around edge map now, seeing if Emmy is stealthing. She did a really good job in the past race at getting her team recovered and back into games. But I'm afraid, even in something like this, I don't think Emmy would be able to make it, would be able to recover it. It looks like we're going to opt to die on hook here. Cartney's just going to close hatch. Emmy's gonna immediately probably try to play the gate. Cartney being really patient, trying to spot the survivor on the gate here. Oppa, but Emmy is hiding, crouching around here at 12. Looks like Cartney... Will Cartney close the hatch? Oh, Cartney's just playing it so patient. They could just wait here. But they have to make sure Emmy doesn't, like, randomly sneak into the hatch while they're checking. But Emmy's just not there right now. They are currently at the gate area. They close it, and Emmy has to work the gate here to try and get a fresh hook out for our survivors. Emmy attacks the gate. But the problem is, our killer can see both gates from the top of the street. No, Emmy. It's a disaster. I don't think this is possible here for our lovely survivor, as Cartney pretty much has secured this 4K1 in the bag here. If Emmy does escape here, this is big for our survivors. But it's just not likely. Emmy can't even properly see if the where the killer is. We do spot our survivor here in the distance, and that will be a 4K1 for our Wraith. Emmy won't be able to get this done in time, as Wraith will walk up, uncloak, and that will be the game. Very well played. 4K1 here. As we're gonna see Rebecca get moried again. Poor Rebecca. Yep, Wraith Mori. Ow. GG's, Aterfall pulling together a 4K1 here, making it so that our Bleedout's killer has to hit that 4K2 win condition and a 4K1 tie condition. We did see a 4K2 happen on both sides earlier, so anything is possible. I'm very excited to see how JD does this, and if anyone could do it, JD can. Yep. I love these two teams. These Aterfall and Bleedout, very strong teams. Very happy to be casting these games. Very strong players. And so we'll get the next lobby set up, and we'll be going back to our Wraith and Dead Dog Saloon for Bleedout. And we will get Aterfall survivors in. Can't wait to see it, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4 here with our repeat on our second set Wraith with our second game with Bleedout, this time on the killer once again against Aterfall Survivors with JD playing our Wraith again here with a win condition of 4k2 and a tie condition of 4k1. It's gonna be tough here as it is Wraith. It's not the most lethal killer, but with our current perks here, they're pretty strong. This time we have Ruin, Thrill, Wretched, Bane Rest instead of Blood Favor. Oh. And our killer disappearing. We'll be right back as we solve this issue. I believe there was a game, perhaps, as the, not entirely sure what happened there. We will be right back, and we'll figure this out momentarily. See you guys in a bit. Oppa! Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4, main bracket round 4 here with Aterfall versus Bleedout. We have Bleedout here on our second game, our second set with JD once again back at it and the killer after some technical difficulties with some, with the game kicking JD out. Love our errors. Behavior, small indie game dev, definitely bug-free game. Love randomly getting disconnected from games, especially when we're in comp. Oh my, but this will be a no penalty rerun as there was a valid error message provided, and we will be getting a very fast tag here onto Finger Guns. And once again, we are back at it with Thrill, Ruin, Wretched, Bane Rest with Swift Hunt, Shadow Dance here for our Uncloak Speed, Vault Speed, Break Speed add-on. But yeah, no, very fast first tag here. We take a Shack Pallet away here on our first chase, and Finger Guns here has to continue playing this. If we do get a fast first down here, this will be amazing for JD. This is exactly what we're going to need if we're going to go into this game. Finger Guns does make it to this pallet. JD playing this well. Finger Guns jigging to the next pallet, but they do drop it. But JD does get the tag as we are on ping. We can't really get that revolt. Oh my, very good stuff here by our killer. Getting our first Bane Res, putting us into our game here, going into this mid game here with a bit of Gen Preg on the board. Gen Prog on the board. We have our main Gen here at about 50% here, and the Gen at 12 also at 50%. But Ruin will be taking into effect as we force the Ace off of the Gen here. Will we see Cartney take a hit from JD? Looks like yes, it doesn't. Looks like they're just gonna run. Oh no, JD, they get the unhook. JD cloaks, gotta leave that, not taking the hit, immediately going back there, making sure Finger Guns can't reset, can't re-stealth, and hopefully we will be getting a very quick down here on our potential tunnel out. We do spot Finger Guns trying to crouch away here into our edge map at 9, running into 8 here. Oh my, now 7 filler is down. Yeah, and we're just gonna run to maybe edge 8 filler here, but how will Finger Guns play this? We do get the free drop here as it's very hard to just reaction drop it on ping, and we do get the down, and I don't think there's not gonna be any head-ons here as we do know that our survivors here are working away at our generators. And we will be putting our first survivor onto Death Hook here at, I believe, 3 generators remaining. Yeah, 2 gens pop in the background, putting us at 3 generators remaining. Nepe's gen here at main, about 75%. Wretched Fate kicking in, giving that 33% gen speed Malice here for our survivor. Oh my. Very good stuff, and looking forward to see how this match progresses. Ooh, we spot our Kate here trying to cleanse a totem. They send it instead of playing the pallet, and means I think they'll be taking an M1 as there's no filler out here. Yes, they take an M1 here. We see main generator pop, and we're gonna see Wraith probably recloak here. We do spot Nancy, but where is Cartney? Will Cartney pull Finger Guns? I bet they, yep, there we go. I was gonna say, I bet the pull is going to happen any second now. And this, it's very important for our survivor team here to make sure Finger Guns stays in this game. We are at our win condition at this point in time. We have, if Finger Guns does die, right, and we enter the 3v1 with 2 injured survivors, it is going to be a bit scary, even considering we are at our win condition, right? At this point, the gen pressure of the survivors has been extremely strong. Oh, we do get the pull here. And we have our survivors working away at this generator, but it has barely progressed, only being about 25% of the way done. And we will be off to find that generator pretty much immediately. Oh no. And we are entering this 3v1 with 3 injured survivors with Ruin and Wretched in play and 3 Pain Res charges. This is going to be tough here for our survivors to get these gens done, especially with Wretched Fate on the Nancy here. Right now, best chase, Ace. Best chase, Kate. Lincoln or Courtney here will probably be what JD is looking for to chase. And we will be getting down, I think, relatively quickly here on Carney. They don't make this pallet, especially not on Ping. We'll be getting the down, we'll be getting the pick, and we'll be getting the Pain Rest here at our 9 o'clock tile. Oh my. Crazy stuff here. Very, 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 very close game. We do get a reset onto Nepe. And looks like Lincoln is still injured. We do spot Nepe here. We do spot Lincoln. Oh, this is good for our killer. We know both survivors are not under gen. Ruin is in play, kicking away at our gens. Will we get? I think we'll get a hook trade here. We will be getting a hook trade. And we will be... Oh, looks like we're going to be slugging, going straight for Ace here. If we could get Ace down quickly, this could spell disaster for for our survivors if Nepe isn't able to get the reset onto Lincoln quickly. Ooh, gotta get the quick break here. And we're gonna get the uncloak down very momentarily here as our endurance has worn off at this point. And a swing. Whoop. And I wouldn't be surprised if we just pick here. Yeah, pick, securing a second death hook here, progressing the game state further and further into our killer's favor. And this puts this will put our, what do you call that? This will put our killer JD here in such a favorable position right now, as we don't have much gen prog in this 3v1. Oh my gosh. We do spot Nepe here. If we could get the tag onto Nepe, this will be ideal. I assume Lincoln here is coming to pull. Yes, we do pull Courtney. We'll take the tag on Nepe likely, and then try to probably catch Courtney before they reset. A thing to notice, we do not have Sloppy Butcher in this build. As such, the resets will come quickly if the killer does not interrupt them. We're going to go straight back towards our hook here, looking for our survivors. Will we find them is the question. Oh, we spot Lincoln. They don't make it, unfortunately, as Wraith does lunge and down them. We're going to get the pick here. We're going to get the Pain Ras. We could see Courtney here is going to meet up with Nepe in the background to get the reset as Lincoln is put onto the hook. JD will have to find our 2 survivors. Oh my, will we catch them? We know they were resetting here. Oh, disaster. Nepe got reset, but not Courtney. This means that we're just gonna full commit here. The chase onto Courtney. Getting the down is ideal. Oh, Nepe coming for a hit take. Nepe at this point needs to run straight towards that other hook. And then they have to somehow play this 1v2 with the Wretched Ruin in play. Oh, but Nepe here getting caught out. Not getting body block, very well played, and it looks like we're not just gonna drop it. We're gonna go straight for Courtney now, who is in shack coming towards the other hook. Courtney looking over, seeing Wraith slightly a bit too late. Will we get the uncloak? We don't get the body block. Oh, but we win the 50, and I think JD takes it here, and we'll be seeing the down momentarily. We do. When we'll be seeing a slug maybe, as Nepe here has to come pull. The pull does come through, but will we see one of the survivors go down? At this point, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if JD just M1's Lincoln here, putting them into deep wounds and then using that time to hook and kill Courtney. Oh, fair play. We're just gonna pick Courtney. We're gonna get a beamer and a flashlight. Not gonna connect, unfortunately. Very good attempt by our survivors, but not quite enough. And we will be entering our finals 1v2 of our match here with 2 gens remaining with Ruin, Thrill, Wretched, and 2 stacks of Pain Res. Not gonna lie, I think at this point, even if the survivors play flawlessly, this requires JD to make a serious macro mistake for our survivors to finish a generator. It is going to be very hard here for our survivors. It's not impossible, very hard. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. And we'll be going down. Another thing, it's gonna be exceptionally hard too on ping. Like that even adds more to the difficulty, right? When you're playing at 200 to 300 ping, we're gonna get the pick. We're going to get the hook. And this secures our final flash hook of the trial. And this hits a pain rest onto Gallows. We're going to find Lincoln here. Looking for Lincoln. Ideally, we find JD will. Ideally for JD, they find Lincoln. We do spot them in the mid of the map, and I believe this secures a 4K2 here for Bleedout, getting them that win. Oh my! Such a close match here, with a result on Artist of 4K2, then a 4K1, then two 4K2s on Wraith, and then I believe a 6 stage 3 fresh, and a 4K1 on Trickster, followed by a 4K1 and now a 4K2 on Wraith. Insane performance here by our players, but Bleedout will be taking this at the match 2-1 alongside the tie behind that. So, you know, 3-2, 2-1. Oh my god. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Very well played. JD showing us why they're such a strong killer player. Same with Cartney and Finger Guns, playing exceptionally well. And Ally on the Artist as well, getting that 4K1 earlier. Such a close match. It could have gone either way, honestly, I feel at any point in these games. Absolutely nuts. But with that, that concludes our game for today, with Bleedout taking the win within a very close match against Aterfall. But don't worry, both teams, we will still be seeing more of both of these teams in our tournament, as Aterfall still has the lower bracket to play, and Bleedout will be advancing to main bracket. Congratulations, Bleedout and Aterfall. I still look forward to seeing you guys play some more. It's amazing having teams like you guys in our tournament here. Such amazing players and amazing games. I'm Mal. You could follow me. You could find me on Twitch at mal_ANZ if you're interested in some random unknown gameplay. But please follow the Blood Rush League. Oh my, it is late. The Blood Rush League Twitch channel here to catch any updates and any time we go live here with our games. And if you are interested in seeing our game schedule, check out our Discord channel. Our Discord server. It is really getting late because we have a channel there for upcoming matches that you guys can go and take a look at to see what matches are coming up versus what teams, and you could even see all the sets there. So if you have a favorite sets like me with Unknown, if you see your favorite set there, you could be sure that you could use that to be sure to make it so that you catch the match live and get to see your favorite teams and or favorite killers being playing and being played. Thank you all for being here. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I'm Mal, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye!